Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. I believe this is going to be our very first video on YouTube. So as you guys can tell right now, we are at our piece of land. We actually bought this piece of land about like 6 months ago. But we just haven't had any real opportunity to come out and do what we actually wanted to do, which is build a glamping resort, a glamping spot for people that want to come out to Arizona, to the Arizona desert, and experience what glamping is like. Here in the Arizona desert, whether it's in the summer or in the winter, when it's really cold, which is where we are right now, which is October. What is it? No, sorry, December 17th. It's about 2 p.m. And so right now we're actually getting ready to just put down the tent. Because we're going to be here for an entire week. So right now we're actually clearing all these bushes because we obviously can't put down the tent on top of all these bushes. So that's what we're doing right now. Once these bushes are cleared out, we're gonna put out the tent, which is the actual tent that we're gonna use for the glamping site. So we bought the tent and we're gonna use it as we build the actual deck. Once the deck is built, then we will put the actual tent on top of the deck.
The original plan was to rent out a skid steer or something like that and come out here and level all this out and clear all the bushes. But we're starting to realize that's pretty flat already, and maybe we don't need to. Maybe we can, because we've been clearing these out by hand, and it's really not very difficult because the roots are so dry. You can just whack them right out of the ground. So we should be fine without a skid steer for now.
So that's pretty much it for now. I mean, we're going to be recording, throughout the entire week, so you guys can see what exactly the process is going to be. So let's get to work. All right, everybody. So I thought it would be a good idea to kind of do a voiceover, just so you guys can understand why we're doing what we're doing. Now, obviously, as you can see right now, we just cleared out the land of where we're actually going to put the glamping tent. Now we stayed here for 5 days, and now we got the tent at canvascamp.com. I believe it was about $2,000. We got it on sale. Now the tent comes with about 32 ways to stake it down to the ground. So it has 16 guy lines. Now these guy lines are lines that you will see. They're white lines that go away from the tent, and you'll stake them down. You can see that's exactly what he's doing right now. And we also have at the base, or at the perimeter of the tent, there's another 16 stakes that you will be putting into the ground. So it will total 32 stakes to keep the tent from going anywhere. Now the tent is 20 feet in diameter, so it's extremely big. I mean, it's very spacious, super nice. Alright everybody, it's been a few hours since we put up the tent. Let me show you guys what the setup looks like. So as you can see right here, we have one bed. Now we're using an inflatable mattress, a little bit of foam, just to have some more insulation. And we're going to be sleeping in some sleeping bags. Same thing with that one right there, just a little bit of light. We have our Jackery solar panels right there, and the Jackery, what is it called?
Generator? Solar generator?
And the Jackery generator. Some water and stuff like that. Now, right now it's about 46 degrees Fahrenheit, and we do expect it to get down to about like 42 lowest. So I think we're good with what we have right now. Obviously, we don't have the oven, which we had the stove oven. We're gonna put it up here, but number one, is just not enough time, and number two, we don't have actually anything to light the fire with, which is, come on. But yeah, we're gonna do it tomorrow morning, and you guys can see how we do that. But we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully we don't freeze to death. I think we'll be fine. Yes, you're a big boy. You're a big boy. All right, everybody. It is day 2. Out here, we got a lot of stuff done. Got a bunch of the material and the lumber that we're gonna need to build the deck. We were working on the stove right here to stay warm at night because it got down to the low 40s last night and it was very cold. So this is gonna keep us really nice and warm. It goes through the tent, obviously, to siphon the heat out. But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. Tomorrow we're gonna start building, so let's get to it. So for those wondering who those dogs were in that previous clip, those dogs are actually our neighbor's dogs. Now he is about 200 yards away and he has some amazing, beautiful dogs. He has 3 Great Pyrenees dogs. I believe he has some sort of pit bull and a couple others. I mean, they're absolutely super nice. If you ever come and rent the tent, you might see them. They're extremely kind, so you don't have to worry about them being aggressive or anything like that. We never had any problems with them whatsoever. And I also want to remind you guys that this is our first time doing anything like this. I mean, we've never built anything in our lives. We saw a few YouTube videos from Bush Radical. Shout out to Bush Radical. He kind of gave us the base of knowledge, and we kind of used that knowledge to map out exactly how we were going to build the deck. I would say one of the hardest parts about building the deck is actually digging the holes. Now these holes that hold the 4x6s in place are 3 feet deep. Now the sand or the land that these holes are in, it's very dry. It's extremely dry, very sandy. There's no moisture in the dirt or in the sand at all, so it's quite easy to get down to 2 feet. Once you get down to 2 feet, anything after 2 feet, it gets exponentially harder to dig. We would spend about 30 to 45 minutes on each hole, and I believe we dug about somewhere around 16 to 18 holes that were 3 feet deep, and we did a handful more holes that were 2 feet deep. But those 16 to 18 holes that we dug that were 3 feet deep were absolutely painful to dig. So I really do think that probably was the most intense part of this, and obviously, making sure the measurements were correct, because if you don't know, lumber is not perfectly what it says it is. So if it says that it's 12 feet long, it's probably not 12 feet long. It might be 11 feet long and a little bit of inches, or it might be a little bit bigger. So you have to watch out for that. Now, if you guys have any types of suggestions, like I said, we're extremely new to building. So if you guys see anything that we did wrong or have any suggestions or tips, let us know down below. We're learning. We went out there for 5 days and we learned a lot. So if you guys have any tips, any comments, any concerns, any questions, leave them down in the comments and we'll reply. Now, thankfully, we did go in December, and this is in Arizona. For those of you who don't know, it's in Kingman, Arizona, and the weather was absolutely perfect. I believe it was probably in the 60s during the day, 60s and sunny, a little bit windy, a little bit breezy, which was nice to keep us cool. Obviously in the summer it's absolutely impossible to work out there. I mean, it gets over 100 degrees, so there's absolutely no way we're doing, you know, any type of this labor in the summer. So I think we went at a, you know, really good time. As you can see, I am packing the dirt in, because once you dig a hole and you put the dirt back into the hole, if you don't pack it in, the dirt will be loose, right? It's going to be more loose than when you took it out. So you pack the sides of that hole in, and you will get a packed dirt, and so it will be stronger, and that hole is a lot less likely to be flimsy or less likely to move. As you can see, we have the perimeter of the deck pretty much complete. Obviously, we are going to trim down those 4x6s. Here you see that we've started to put some more 2x6s on the inside of the deck. And this was really when we really started to make a lot more progress. This was probably, I want to say, the third or fourth day. I want to say it's probably the fourth day. So this was probably one of our last days being here. This right here is for sure our last day here. So as you can see, this is pretty much the entire 5 days, and you know what we accomplished during those 5 days is right here. We got all of the 2x6s that are, you know, the most important 2x6s in. We weren't able to get everything in, obviously. All the 4x6s are in well and sturdy. They're not going anywhere. They're deep into the ground. Everything is pretty much nailed down to the posts, and that's not going anywhere. And so, like I said, this is only part 1. We will be uploading part 2 very, very soon. If you guys want to follow my Instagram, feel free to do so. It's Patrick Realty. We will upload part 2 very soon.